Sister Viviana said she doesn't replicate a colonizing dynamic with your struggle. She wants to know from the Palestinian Revolution itself what we can do to come to your assistance. That was one question. Then we had Brother James asking, he was trying to develop on the legal framework action against the Zionist white colonial settler state. So perhaps you'd like to make a comment on that. And then we had Brother Karam, who said it is right to respect the Iranians and Lebanese Hezbollah's support for the Palestinian Revolution. So if you would like to make some comments, thank you.
For the first question, I think that now it's in Europe and in other parts of the world, the BDS campaigns is very effective. And I think that this is another weapon that we can face Israel with it. Up till now, Israel was not punished for its crimes. So we are asking that to launch such campaigns, and this was experienced in the world when facing the apartheid regime in South Africa. And the boycott campaigns, now we are developing it to BDS, boycott, divest, sanctions against Israel, to isolate this apartheid state, because in this world there shouldn't be any more of apartheid states too. So the world succeeded to help the South African in their struggle against and ended the apartheid system there in South Africa. It's time now to punish Israel, because every time they launch wars and make massacres. Just a few days ago, we had the anniversary of Sabra and Shatila massacre, Jenin massacre, Deir Yassin massacre. All these massacres, and now Gaza massacre, were done by the Israelis, and nobody punished Israel. So the BDS campaign is a good tool to face those prosecutors. Second, on the legal level, I think that the PLO now is necessary to go for the court, the International Court for Justice in La Haye, to charge Israel for its crimes. And now there is we are putting pressure on the leadership to sign Rome Declaration so that we can go and use the international law in the International Court for Justice in La Haye, and this, and for the other also courts, the European Court also, we can go, and there we can give all the evidence for the judges to judge those crimes and those behind it. And I think this is also another way to punish Israel. Third is to support the Palestinians when they are faced by these attacks, and to launch the campaigns to release the prisoners in parliaments, in civil society organizations, parties, to call upon the government to stop its support and to cut links with Israel. Without that, this conflict will continue, and it will have its impact on international peace, not only in our area but also in the world. Because I have always to remind ourselves that the Nazis launched a war in the 40s of last century. And what happened? They destroyed Europe, 50 million casualties, and then the United States came up, emerged as the power state, but what is it doing now? It's supporting Zionism. Zionism is a political movement. It's a racist movement, and it was denied by the international community in the United Nations when it was considered as a racist and reactionary movement. But now it is supported. This movement is supported by the West, especially the American administration. Are we going to wait until the Third World War? This is a big question in front of us. All these movements that were created or was founded along history of humanity, they ended because they were based on injustice. Justice is the treatment for all people to develop themselves and to participate in promoting humanity with sciences, with literature, with arts, and with peace. But with injustice, wars will be the result of what is going on now. Now we are facing in our area, and the British government and the parliament accepted to join this ally that is called by the Americans to face the Islamic State. I think, as I said, they are not going because to end the Islamic State or Al-Qaeda. They are meant to come to destroy us. And if they if they destroyed us, and I'm suspicious about it, it means that they are going to destroy themselves also, and to destroy societies everywhere. That's why I think we have to use all means that in our hands to face all these vicious plans that will not add to humanity except hatred, except injustice. And we people are against all these unvalues because they want us to end even the values of humanity that was built by the struggle of peoples everywhere for freedom and for peace. This world deserves that we establish peace, but the peace of the peoples and not the peace of the imperialists. The third question, we know very well why Iran is now punished by the West, because it's a part of the resistance trench. And that's why also Syria is punished now by the imperialists by sending their troops under the name of rebellions, and also against Hezbollah and the Palestinians, because they represent the other phase and that will face the imperialists and their plans. I think we feel, and as you said, comrade, that Iran, we are not shy of saying that we look for Iran as a friend, like we look at Hezbollah, a part of the resistance, and we are also freedom fighters. So all freedom fighters unite in one trench. Also, let me give me also the time to say that it's not only this. We have in this last month, we have seen you all in the streets calling for the support of the Palestinians and against Israel. We have seen the storms that you've done in London, storming the streets in big demonstrations, which showed us that we are not alone in facing those terrorists. And at the same time, let me or give me the opportunity to say to give a big clap and greetings to Latin America's us not only feel that they are beside us, but they are in our on our borders more than some Arab countries. In Bolivia, Venezuela, Cuba, Argentina, Chile, and all other Latin Americans. Anyhow, I feel that I'm more optimistic than ever, in spite of everything, that all of us, as freedom fighters, we will win. Society, whether in Palestine or outside Palestine. This component brought to the to the people the progressive thoughts about injustice, how we face injustice, how we face occupation. PFLP in its strategy defined very clearly who we are, who are our enemies, without making any confusion about the enemies. Because in our history, Britain was considered as a friend when Palestine was under mandate, when the uprisings in Palestine happened in the 30s and 40s in Palestine. So we had to define our enemies. It's the Zionist movement, the imperialists, Israel, and Arab reaction. It is very clear in what the first document of PFLP. Second, to define who are the forces of the revolution. It's not everybody. It's also a class revolution also. We have to define the forces of the revolution. It's our people, a class who is the poor class, because the society was destroyed and we were dispersed everywhere. So a part of us are still living in 1948 area, which is called Israel now, and a part of the Palestinians are living in the West Bank, a part is living in Gaza, and the majority of the Palestinians are dispersed in the Arab world and in diaspora. So the poor class is the main force of the revolution. But also the petit bourgeois is a part of it, but should not be the leadership. Because that was in early 60s. We have this document up till now. We are educating our people with it, that to launch or to begin a revolution, we should know what are our forces. Second, who are our enemies, who are our allies, and which means we use to continue the struggle. We define the means by armed struggle to liberate our land from occupation. That was very clear and still is clear. This is our contribution on the political and ideological level. And we are considered the left and the opposition on the Palestinian level. Now, another contribution for the PFLP is that we created new means in the struggle itself. And this is military thing, because we said that the enemy is everywhere. the Zionists are everywhere. It means that we will be after them because they are after us all the time. And that slogan, we have implemented it in different means by targeting Zionist interests in the world. And that was in the 70s and 80s. Now we have stopped that, including hijacking planes. And now this is controversial. I'm not going to say that it is right or wrong, but I was saying that we were obliged to use new means that was not known to anyone before, like hijacking, for example. Although we did not hurt anybody in those hijackings, but it was an obligatory means to be used so that to ring the bell for the whole world that dealt with us only as refugees who needed aid. But when we rang the bell, everybody heard us, and the question was put in front of the international community.